yes, I know this is probably like my 50 millionth video on Idubbbz, but he can't just stop talking. The second WillyMacShow video on Idubbbz has hit the tower, ladies and gentlemen. But before that, I saw this tweet from Yeet that Idubbbz is apparently dropping a new video very, very soon. And according to Idubbbz himself, it may potentially be another content cop. Who's excited? I know I'm excited. The commentary community is very excited because the amount of views we're all going to get off of this brand new potential content cop from Idubbbz, generational wealth. Real quick before we start, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and liking the video if you end up enjoying it. Without further ado, let's talk some more Idubbbz for however long this video is. Idubbbz announces upcoming video may follow content cop formula.
Because I've been streaming every day for the past 30 days, tomorrow is my first rest day. So on my rest day, I'm going to plan and prepare and research my next video. And I have an announcement to make. It's going to be a content cop. No, I'm kidding. It's not, but it might be. I've been thinking about it lately. I've been thinking like, all right, I can do some of my sweet videos, but there is also like I feel like there's a desperate need. There is a need to make some of these videos. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like there's so many pieces of shit out there. And I just don't feel like people are doing enough about these pieces of shit. And obviously it would never be what it used to be exactly, because a lot of that was very like populist bullshit, where I was making content cops and videos on people that, yeah, sure, maybe deserved it. You know, Keemstar at the most deserving. But I want it to be about things that actually matter to me, or people who I think are, you know, doing what I deem more serious harm and, you know, are worthy of.
So it has a lot of people like myself theorizing who could this be. My money's on Pegasus. He actually brought up Pegasus in his previous video, so I wouldn't be surprised if Idubbbz makes a content cup on Pegasus. A lot of people were thinking Asmongold, but I don't think Asmongold would be an option. I'm thinking Kino Casino. If he makes a content cup on Kino Casino is going to make a fucking bag. I hope y'all know that. It would be crazy if he actually goes through with it. He would make fun of him so badly because he fell for the troll. He fell for the bait so badly. It'd be funny. Threatening a content cop vibe just to get clicks. Love it. The guy never does anything small. Oh, that's funny. I don't know why Idubbbz keeps streaming or keeps making videos when everybody just like hates the fuck out of him. It's really funny. Like, nobody cares anymore about Idubbbz in 2025. And again, I say that when I'm making another Idubbbz video because, A, I don't mind like the 1K views or like the 800 to like 5K views that I would get on like an Idubbbz or Anisa video. So I'll take it. I get content out of it. I make like $5. All right. I literally got myself a Nacho Bun Grande today, chat. This video will probably pay it off. But anyways, I'm excited for this video from Willie Mac, Idubbbz, the eternal victim, stoic, empath, loser. I'm excited.
Ian will go on his show and get sucked off.
Kind of like starstruck, bro, because like I've been watching you for years, man, and I love you. I love your transformation. I love your evolution. You're such like an inspiration on the internet, and you're married to a nice, good Lebanese woman.
A nice, good Lebanese woman? Holy glaze, man. Zip it up when you're done, dude. The amount of glaze I've heard in like 15 seconds is astronomical. How is she a good Lebanese woman if she does OnlyFans? Like, brother, what are we talking about here?
Ian and Anisa have since moved on to targeting every other member of the crew. They're saying Galia, the H3 new hire, is creepy for speculating on their financial situation. But she's not commenting on it out of nowhere. It's because you guys uploaded a podcast saying you're broke.
Okay, so here's the deal.
We're poor.
So you get mad at a guy for apparently leaking their finances when there's literally a clip of you, holy freeze frame, by the way, Jesus Christ, where you guys are like, yeah, we broke as fuck. We're so broke that this is like our 4th week in the basement. I ain't even talking about logic. It's funny how unaware Idubbbz and Anisa are. Like, they think that everything that they're doing is fine, but then there's flames around them, and they're still saying everything is fine. It makes no sense. Y'all remember when Idubbbz and Anisa said they were going to stop getting themselves involved with drama? Good times, because clearly that was a fucking lie. Like, why would you lie on the fact that, oh, we're gonna stop talking about Ethan, the H3 podcast, but they're still doing it months and months later? So my question is, why contradict yourself this hard for no reason, knowing you're still going to talk about these people? It's an endless cycle when it comes to Idubbbz and Anisa.
To ending child marriage and trafficking. If Anisa wants to call Kate out for getting something wrong, by all means go ahead, but she's just calling her misogynistic for seemingly getting assaulted? I've never seen internalized misogyny quite like whatever Kate Yang is wrestling with, but I hope she gets better soon. I know she left her job because she got her ass whooped by another woman and got a rib cracked, so I know she's probably not making many friends. Every part of this tweet is stupid. Kate is not one of these fake activists that does nothing but virtue signal for Twitch bits. She's a real activist that organizes and lobbies to pass legislation.
I have like the articles that I've been in for passing the law here in Washington State, and I plan to announce in the future as well other states that I'm working on. So once they get the bill written up, now they have to ask politicians to sponsor the bill. Once they have politicians to sponsor the bill, then we go to Sacramento and then we lobby. Yeah. What that means is that I have to meet with every single politician every 30 minutes and tell them my sad story.
Holy shit. She's actually a real activist and not one of these Twitter activists I see all the time. Holy shit, big props. Biggest fucking props, because Anisa honestly could never, okay? She could never do some shit like this at all whatsoever. I'm convinced. This is real activism. Whatever Anisa says that she's like an activist or whatever, she's not. This is actual real activism shit.
Anisa is laughing that Kate broke her ribs. Why? She was attacked by a drug addict that her boss was having an affair with.
I didn't know that this person had a substance abuse problem, you know? And so one day she came to work and she was shaking. And I knew that she was on something. And she physically attacked me and she hit me with a wood door and broke my rib. I was assaulted at work. And now my employer is trying to shush me by sending me a letter of defamation. He had his attorney send me a letter saying, hey, if you don't sign this statement saying that the incident never happened, we're going to sue you within 7 days for defamation. And that's why I got myself an attorney. I did win my lawsuit, okay? And Anisa knows all this. I shared this with her because I thought she was my friend. That's the reason why we invited them to Thanksgiving.
So why did she make fun of her for this? That's not very empathetic of you, Anisa. You should tell Idubbbz to go learn some, because clearly he still hasn't learned empathy at the big old age of like 30 fucking something. I think Idubbbz is damn near pushing 40 at this point acting like this, basically giving the commentary community more generational wealth. Like I said in a video so very long ago, I think that was a title for one of my videos, where they're going to keep giving us more content to talk about. Yes, it gets boring after a while for sure, but when it comes to shit like this, they just can't stop talking. If they actually went through with their own words, they would be irrelevant for sure. But it's like, you can't say, we're going to stop talking about this certain guy or this person or whatever and just do our own thing, but then keep involving yourself with this drama. It makes no fucking sense.
Anisa then doubles down that anyone that watches H3 is a misogynist, specifically calling out the woman in the audience. The last thing I will say on H3, and this is directed at the audience mostly, the very confused and parasocially invested women, you have no real concept of what intersexual feminism is. If you did, you would have left the H3 podcast within the past 3 years. You like feminism when it benefits you. Oh man, nobody knows feminism like Anisa. She's so smart. If you read in between the lines, she's basically saying if you laugh at or criticize me, you're a bad feminist. That's what this is. When you can feel valid in your hatred for other women or other people to make yourself feel more in control, some of you are the most racist, sexist people in the West, and you need to do some serious self-reflection. Sit with the reality that now half your fan base is now Nazi gropers.
Dude, why is she coming at Diorio? What the fuck? Listen, I know a lot of people don't like Ethan and Diorio, but Diorio's gimmick with the URR shit, it's supposed to be a meme. It's not something that's supposed to be taken literal. Everybody knows this. How is Anisa this out the loop when it comes to Diorio? Again, you don't have to like the guy, but the fact that if you don't know the whole gimmick with his URR shit, it's literally just a meme. It is a meme that he's created and his fan base fucking loves it, okay? Anytime he does the fucking like UFC intro thing or whatever, people go crazy for it. The fact that Anisa fell for the rage bait because Diorio called this shit the ultimate R review, bro, it's so funny to see.
I love how Anisa's big contribution to feminism is getting women to stop watching and working for the H3 podcast. She continues, it's no wonder H3 and their subreddit is praising Kino Casino, two guys that have their own pedophile accusations that I invite you all to look into. None of us know about Kino Casino. The only reason anyone's talking about them is because Ian featured them in his video.
Again, with Kino Casino, I've seen some of his clips. He's actually very funny. very entertaining guy. And guess what? I said it earlier, I believe. He is now going to keep milking Idubbbz and Anisa and make thousands and thousands of dollars off of them because they can't shut the fuck up. If Idubbbz and Anisa just shut the fuck up and did anything else, nobody would be talking about them anymore. But the fact that now Kino Casino is making a living off of it is really funny. Imagine if the next video is about Kino Casino. Holy shit, he's a millionaire at this point.
You two can look into that. If they're pedos, Ian should have talked about that. It's just another vague accusation from Anisa.
Also, I hate when people throw insane accusations at somebody without any evidence at all whatsoever. And what's even more annoying is their audience eats that shit up. Like, if I'm going to accuse somebody of something crazy, right, I would provide evidence for the allegation that I'm bringing to the table here, okay? It's like I'm playing Uno with the homies and I'm just throwing the evidence that Kino Casino, hey, he might have done some bad. Like, as an example, obviously, right? So I hate when people just throw baseless claims all the fucking time without any evidence whatsoever. Like, can I see some evidence of what you're claiming? Because then that way I can say, hey, this actually might be true because this evidence looks pretty good.
Ian also loves this snark page. He shouts it out on stream.
Shout out the Leftovers H3 subreddit.
Also, I can't be surprised that Idubbbz loves like that side of Reddit. I can't be shocked. I mean, he's hanging out with like Hassan, Frogan, Denims. It made sense that he was fucking with that subreddit. It was only a matter of time until he legitimately said it on like a stream or like somebody clipped it and posted it to Twitter.
Funny is Kate claimed that Anisa views her and Ian as Jada and Will Smith. I didn't think much of this at the time, but now I think there's some truth to it.
And she would come in with like all sorts of drama to the gym. One day she was super dramatic and I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? And she related Will Smith slapping to Chris Rock to somehow Ian having to defend her online. So she was like super dramatic the whole day.
How the fuck in this beautiful earth that we live is Anisa making this comparison? You know, I like to say I'm not the smartest person, right? I don't call myself like Lelouch, where I have high IQ plays trying to take over the world or on some eyes and shit maybe. But the fact that Anisa legitimately said that, what the fuck? What are we doing here, man? I just gotta sit, point, and laugh because I could never deal with this shit at all in my personal life whatsoever. And I'm glad they're talking about this shit because I could just sit and laugh.
Also, she says that the Will Smith slap is when people should have stopped watching. That took place in March of 2022. But she went on the H3 podcast that following year. These people just say stuff.
Look how dumb you are.
He was
just
here
lectured people on how judging them for watching the show since 3 years ago, but you were on the show 2 years ago.
Damn! Caught in 4K, ultra high quality display, whatever the fuck it is. Caught in 4K. Yeah, Willie's right, bro. These people are literally just saying shit just to say shit. I could literally go on record and say that I've personally talked to Idubbbz and Idubbbz thinks I'm a piece of shit. And some people actually might believe that, but that's obviously not the case, okay? Idubbbz clearly knows he does not fucking know me, okay? But that's the kind of vibe that Idubbbz and Anisa are giving. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They have zero self-awareness.
And then when the crew's had enough and they finally fight back, it becomes fuck the crew. They made Ian look smelly in a thumbnail.
Now, to the crew of the H3 podcast, I have something important to say. I think you are all pieces of shit. An additional reason why I'm like, fuck the crew, and I'm now fully behind that sentiment. I don't know who the makes these thumbnails, but you might not support what Ethan says, but he's tasked you with editing flies around me and having Asmongold wall set up behind me. My background wasn't disheveled and disgusting enough. They're like, yeah, we need to put some water stains on the wall.
So now we're just randomly critiquing thumbnails? What is this segment here, dude? Does it really fucking matter at the end of the day? It's supposed to catch your eye. Obviously, whoever is editing their thumbnails clearly knows how to get somebody to click, because if I were to see this on my recommended feed, I would click, because why the fuck is Idubbbz looking smelly as hell? Oh, I'm gonna click. It's supposed to get you to watch, Idubbbz. This is YouTube 101 shit. I'm surprised you're talking about this knowing how the YouTube world works. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna leave the video at that. Make sure to watch Willie Mac's video in its entirety. Top of the description down below. Fire video per usual. And yeah, that's really about it. See ya.